sets, sales. How many sales did you make out of 5 sets you had? What do you think I know now? Was a presentation problem. Something's wrong there, right? You did okay, but you're going to get this up to about 2 or 3. That would be better, right? Now let's take this number. Let's say you got 20 sets and you have 5 sets. Where do you think the problem is? All right. So let's say you have 10 sets. Now, how about this number? I want you to try to figure out this. How would I, and this has happened to me, how would I take 10 sets and turn out with 15 sets? Or 15 sets. 10 sets, 15 sets. That's right. That's the referral market. I asked right on the spot, guys, I run my business on referrals. Do you guys have 2 people that I might be able to tell what I do and just tell them, let them know what I do and maybe send them some information? Or just let them know how I do. Just leave it at that. Just you have 2 people that I can contact that I can let them know that I helped you with your life insurance, that you might be able to call, let them know that I'm calling. Is there anybody you know today I might be able to help? While I'm in the area? It's all you have to do. Okay? Mark, my webinar's running a little over, buddy. I'm going to clean up here soon. Okay, thanks. Sets. 10, 10, gold. Really awesome. Soliciting. 5 to 7, gold. Those 3 you didn't sell, don't throw out the leads. Someday, somehow, some way, it'll turn around, okay? Leads have no shelf life. Okay, we got sales. We got referrals. And then we got agents hired. Now, no, I'm not going to do this with you, but it would be good. We used to put agents hired in there. Agents hired, agents contracted, it's called. Okay, agents contract. You write this down, and if somebody can computerize this and make this look good, so we could keep track of agents' numbers Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and this is the science of the business. And if you keep this and you hand this in weekly, you're going to give me the truth of where you're failing. Now, let me give you, for instance, if you're ordering 20 leads and you have 100 leads and this goes up, you do dial 100 times. That's good, but if this would go up and you want more money, let's say you're at $3,000 a week, and you've been averaging that with this system. If you take this number and you take it to 30, now your number's going to shoot up here. Okay, you're sitting with more people. You want 10 to 15 to 20 appointments. You can't see them all, guys. Okay. That's not what I'm looking for. Don't worry about the leads. Overset, first of all, because people are going to cancel sometimes on you. But the fact is your number's going to grow if you're sitting with more people. So please set more. Screw 10. Set 15 to 20. And if you get the 5 people that week because the sales were so big and it takes so long, then reschedule the others. Okay? Plus you got new leads coming in. But I want you to overset. If you're at 10 and you're selling $3,000 a week and you get the 15 to 20, if you're going to go to 10K a week, you're on your way. That's $40,000 a month. That's 480 grand a year. After taxes, you probably have 45 grand. But you're living a different lifestyle. You got a different zip code, different address. Okay, so that's how you do it. And find a partner. Run your Craigslist ads. And if you're really struggling, I want you, Dante. This is for you. Everybody that's struggling and new, who can't say they can't afford leads, who wants to get started in this business, go help the people. You could be the agent that covers 99% of the world in your products. Well, us idiots that are running around doing the 1% and spending money on it, you can do it for free with your time. So what you could do is just walk around, man. go to businesses, local businesses, put some things up, put some flyers in. You can go to restaurants, you go in-your-face marketing, which I used to do for my own business, which I had in gyms and restaurants and stuff. And so you put in-face your marketing is just put a frame around something, put a glass on it or plastic, put it in front of a urinal. They got to stare at it, okay? It's one of the best pieces of marketing you can put, especially if you put something cool on it. Get them really enticed by it. Okay, any questions? This one was kind of not what I want to do today. It is, because this and what I'm about to give you, one more thing I got to give you, okay, and then we're done. This needs to be done. I need to take pictures. I'm going to tell you something right now. Don't ever come back to me again talking about failure if you're not willing to call the carrier for the answer. Okay, if you can't get a hold of me and you can't contact the carrier, if you're not doing product value knowledge, that's what's next. Okay, I'm going to teach you that and then we're done. If you have product value knowledge in this, you're going to clean up with steady lead flow weekly, and consistency in your activity. And then you're asking for referrals by, I do this for a living, this is what I do. Is there anybody that you could give me that I could let them know what I do in this area? Is there anybody you think I could help today while I'm already in the area? Somebody, friend, family member, that I could get this? Some people get right on the phone and set you up, man. They put you right in front of it. That's 30 bucks you don't have to spend on a lead, or 15 bucks. Continue the referrals. You don't need leads. You're just not asking for referrals. There are agents, I can get them interviewed someday, which is what I'll do, that just run referrals. Okay, let me take a picture of this and then there. So if you haven't written this down, you're losing. And if somebody can make this in graph form, that'd be good. Great. One more thing and we're done, guys, okay? I swear to you. Because it's a big week, okay? This is a big week for you, right? You're about to order your leads, you're doing your product value knowledge. Product value knowledge. I'm gonna write this real quick, but you heard me. Product value knowledge, all right? Product value knowledge means here's the owner of the policy, here's the beneficiary. So usually we have the husband and the wife, Mr. and Mrs. You have the contingent, that's the child usually, grandchild. Okay. What is the value of your products to him? Write it out, type it out, write it out. Okay, start at final expense. Well, Jerry, you're gonna let it pro. No, you don't. You got final expense. You got ULs, you got IULs, you got ULs and IULs basically work the same. So you have those two. You sell term, whatever, you know, you add that in. But what is the value of your product to him? So I have final expense of Mutual of Omaha's, I have Forrester's plan rate. I have member benefits. I got living benefit. No, I got a living benefit that if God forbid that the doctor says that they only have 12 months to live, that they get to face it on while they're alive. I have cash value earning about 3% interest. So if God forbid 10 years down the line she dies, he can collect it on the savings account. I want you to talk about retirement. You want to tell people that they have a built-in retirement plan inside all policies. And by the way, I want to let you all know that there's a built-in retirement plan inside this policy too. So if you guys later on in 20 years you make it, or 10 years you make it, you need money, this will pump out money tax-free. Okay, that's the loans. And then also, if God forbid that Miss Mary passed away, that Bob, you would collect the cash that's inside it earning interest. Okay, that's the retirement plan. You can either pull it all at once or pull it on a monthly basis. You guys explain that to people? You see where I'm starting with this policy? Most of you are starting on the beneficiary's needs. I'm opposite. I start with the owner of the car, the owner of the home. The value to this person is very important because they're paying for it. The beneficiary is just as important, don't get me wrong, because this is what? Loss of homes. The funeral home coming at them with a $17,000 bill and 17% interest annually on it. Okay, so what is your product value to the beneficiary? Write it down. What is the final expense product's value to the beneficiary? I didn't say when he was dead either. I'm talking when he's alive and dead. Okay? See the difference? So write it down. And most products earn about 3%. Transamerica's whole life earns about 4.5%. The UL, Smart UL earns about, I just say it's average about 6. The IULs, say they average about 8% annually. So here's the savings account rule of thumb, okay? So you got whole life at 3 to 4.5. You have the ULs are averaging around 6, and you got the IULs averaging about 8. Now you know what the savings, the retirement account does. Okay, if you get fumbled up on retirement savings, then just clean it up with savings account. Mr. Jones, this product for you, I want to let you know that I want to protect Mary. So what you want to do though is you don't want to start with him because you are there to protect the house or protect the funeral. So I want to make sure that you start here. Okay, make sure, because when you walk through the house, remember that they're thinking that you're there to protect her or him from the funeral or the mortgage or the final expenses, okay? At the end of the day, I want you to write down the value of the policy to the beneficiary, the owner. So you start 1, 2, and 3. Product value, savings account, retirement account. Now, second, one more thing, and then you're out of here. One more thing is this, very important. If you do these 2 things I just put up, your career is going to be a 6-figure income. There's no question. I mentor people that pay me to do this. I'm telling you it is. And if you turn this in and we reread it, Dante, that's why I need yours. And anybody else that's ever written this to me, I need you to send it. Jeff, I'm still waiting on yours, buddy. So take some time to do this. And number 2, how many different ways can they use the money? So I want you to balance it off, basically a 10-year period down the stretch or more. How many different ways can they use the money? Because as if you're sort of saying, if you start now, oh, I can't do it today, I mean, dies today, well, there is a benefit. How many different ways can they use the money today? She's going to get the benefit. If, God forbid, his doctor says he has 12 months to live, he's going to get the death benefit. Don't forget about that. On whole life, if a doctor states that somebody has 12 months to live, there's some kind of living benefit built in. Are you adding that value into it? Or are you being taught, like when the beginning of this started, I said that most final expense agents are taught to sell on face amount and then price. So ask the client how much they want. How much do you need? How much do you want? 10,000? Okay, yeah, that's good. And by the way, don't sell $10,000 products because it's not what it's going to cost. Get them at least 20 to 30,000 because of inflation, tax increases, the value of the dollar going down, the cost of living going up. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to happen. So again, value of the dollar to the beneficiary, value of the product to the beneficiary, value of the product to the owner, value of the product to the contingent, value of the product to all of them together. And how many different ways can they use the money? Okay, so once you put down this on paper and you come up and say, well, you know what, if he's dead, I'm gonna write down he's dead, write it like this, he dies. Mrs. Jones uses the money to buy time to sell the home for the equity in the home so she can have a good retirement. She can't afford the home. Most women are going to be, let me put it this way, 95% of retirees are going to outlive their money by 10 to 20 years. So with that fact, take this to Clay and do your fucking job, okay? Take that fact 10 to 20 years early and do your fucking job. Because you have to live in this country that I do, you do, your kids do, and everybody. And by the way, you have the only product that can save this country from annihilation. It's called income for life. That's what people lack. Now you can easily fix that. by getting in front of people, which start to get fear out of the way, because it's false. So anyway, write this up, email it to me, and let's go over it. If you're serious about your career, this is not a joke. You may be laughing about this, some of you are saying, I'm not going to do that, it's boring. You know, I have other things to do that are more important. Well, then, here's what I can tell you. I don't rush anybody because my career took 5 years. If you want, my first 5 years is how long it took to kick my own self in the ass before I did it right. Before I trusted the system and ordered leads weekly. Before I started listening to guys that were actually making money that I ignored for 5 years. I'm trying to eliminate that for you. And I'm trying to teach you something that works, that people pay me a lot of money to give to them. So I do it to them too. So don't worry, it's not all on paper. But if you write out the value of the product to the beneficiary, the owner, the contingent, all of them together, and then 10 years down the line, tell me how many different ways they can use the money, they're going to have to use the money. Remember, this isn't just a scenario. This is real life that's going to happen of what you put down. But by the next time you walk into a house, you've gotten every scenario out of your mind that you can do for people. So no longer will you be asking Mrs. Jones, how much do you want? You'll be telling her how much she needs. You see the difference in that sales? This sales guy's asking how much the prospect needs. This one's telling her how much she needs. I'm over here, by the way. Okay, any questions? I'm done talking. Any questions? Oh, I know, I hit you with a lot, man. You got to absorb it. That's why you got to take notes and separate it. So I'm going to repeat it again. The value of your products to the beneficiary, the value of the products to your owners, and the value of the product and how they can use it together while they're alive. 20 years down the line, there's going to be cash value built up. Maybe it's earning 8% interest. There's tax-free retirement. Value, how many different ways can each one of these people use the money or them together? And then you'll have sales. You'll have done every scenario I've done, but you won't have to sit and spend 30 bucks a lead to do it. You'll have all my experience, but you've created it in your mind, okay? So be creative about this. Any questions?
Yeah, Jason.
Yeah.
Hey, is this one recorded? I see it up in the corner that it is recording.
Recorded late, but yeah, it is. I got it about 30 minutes ago. Yeah.
That's fine. Can I get that recording? Because I missed like a 10-minute portion.
I didn't get the beginning, buddy.
You can't?
I didn't record the beginning. Anybody record this? Oh, I did. It's on Facebook.
Okay, awesome.
Thank God for Facebook. Facebook, if you have any questions, you can text me, or you can always get on the live video and talk. Is anybody going in the field this week? Is anybody new here? And we need to talk about you joining and contracting, because I want you to learn something here. You have options if you're new here. You can go anywhere you want, okay? I've worked them all. I've been at them all. And the only difference is they're going to rah-rah you and tell you that you're going to get this and that, and you're going to be like, yeah, I'm going to get high compensation, and I'm going to get high compensation. I'm going to get high compensation. I said, there's not anything that I don't know that you're going to run into. And I'm not messing around with your career. I'm not. You will play yourself before I play you. I will give you the facts. I will inherit you the knowledge, but you're just going to fail yourself. You have to fail yourself in this business, in all businesses, enough times to become successful. Until you said, I have figured out that doing it that way, it doesn't work. Edison, the light bulb, right? So with the way you do it is obviously the reason you're here, and you're going on teaching. But you can become me, because when I started this, I couldn't even spell life insurance. So what's the difference between me and you is time and sits. Time and sits, maybe money, but that was from time and sits. So don't say I didn't have the money and I didn't do my sacrifices. I lost the house. No, I got in this business and she begged me to get a job. I said, no. I needed her to get licensed to get a few carriers that wouldn't allow me in because of background checks back then. Now I have them all. Anyway, long story short, I get a knock at the door. I look out the window. There's a lady there, tells me, I just bought your home. I'm giving you 30 days to get out. I'm not being rude, but that's how it works. This is what she does for a living. She buys homes that are, you know, on an auction now. We went into arrears for the Obama thing. Now, when we get that all done in court, we bought 8 years without paying a mortgage. And then they come to us and say we owe $100-some thousand for all this back payments. You say, what the hell are you talking about? We were getting a small mortgage. So anyway, we had to leave that house, but it was okay. We got a nicer one after that. And thank God we bought that time and we were making money, and I was smart enough to get her cranked up and get her license so I could get the carriers I needed to get in the field. And then I delegated dialing to her. So anybody that has a wife or girlfriend at home and she's kind of just like questioning this, and just tell her, listen, come to Jason's meeting or talk to me one-on-one and let me explain have Alyssa explain what she went through. Okay? Begging me to get a job. Of course, she cried her eyes out, man. I've never worked for anybody. I wouldn't know how to do that for $9 an hour. And then taking taxes out of it? Are you nuts? So what are you going to do next? When we get off of here, I want you to ask yourself, what am I going to do next? Some of you are saying, I got to go out, I got the kids, I got that. That's not what I mean. What are you going to do next that enhances yourself and your career? I told you to read or study Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins. You know, take a chapter in today. Can you listen to that while you're working out or before bed? Can you order leads weekly and trust the system? What's it called? I guess got off here, but whatever. Chicky got off, I assume. Somebody that needs help. And I want to ask the right questions, but you know what? I'm trying to embed in him week in and week out. He's a softie, man, and I'm not beating him up, guys. I am literally trying to help him. I really am. His softness is his problem. His softness is his biggest issue. And how do you toughen somebody up that you like that way? Like, I like them sweet like that. I don't want him to become me. You know, I wish it was more like him. But if he's going to survive this business, you have to become a ferocious beast. A ferocious beast. Simon Aries used to say that too, man. Ferocious beast. I think that the industry holds a lot for many of you on here. So if you're here to join my team, I need to get you contracting over, okay? Now there's some fear in that and transitioning to a new place, okay? But I'm gonna promise you this, you can continue to do what you're doing, or we can talk one-on-one and we can design a program that's designed strictly for your needs, whatever you wanna pull off. I need your goals. So I'm gonna send you each a sheet over. I need everybody that's new to text me their name, telephone number, and email and phone number if you haven't. Then I also need you to tell me to send you the goal sheet, please, okay? Or just goal sheet or whatever you want to say. Send me the goal sheet. If you're already on here, you should have one yourself. I want everybody to look at a vision board, create a vision board. Look, you're asking me to how to get freaking successful. You're asking me to teach you how to get successful, and I keep repeating myself week in and week out. If I come here next week and you didn't read a chapter, you didn't do a vision board, you didn't even look into it. What are you doing here? Okay, so the next plan that you need to do is write down, take massive action. Schedule your life and plan it. Write down first thing, 1. I'm going to read a chapter in your schedule. In your schedule should be your personal growth time. In your schedule should be your family time. In your schedule should be your sleep time and just workout. Well, I'm telling you, you have to schedule it. If you think you're too busy, but I'll find you an extra 15 minutes if you pull your life apart by every 15 minutes. So for those of you that I'm slammed, I'm crying, I don't have any time for you, pull your life apart by every 15 minutes and I'll show you where you find time, okay? All right, I'm not gonna waste any more of your time, guys. All I'm asking you for is 2 things. 1, value the product to the beneficiary, the owner, and the contingent, all of them together, and then how many different ways each one of them can use the product. Write it down. I need the new people to come on board. I see Tom, I see Jess, Deanna, Paul, George, Jeff. I need you all to whoever's not done contracting, we got to get you contracting over. I need the goal sheet sent over to you. I want to know your plan for your future. You want to sell enough to make what? I want to build this amount of agents by when? Things like that, you know, and really putting together a program that works for you. You know what the program is? Do exactly what I just told you to do, and this will work out. Keep track of your ordered leads, keep track of the number of leads, keep track of the dials, the talk tos, the sets, the sits, the sales, the referrals. If you do that on a weekly basis and you send that in, I'm going to tell you where your problems are, okay? I have 0 leads, I have 0 dials. Well, it's pretty obvious, right? So please, 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 guys, take massive action. Let's have some big numbers. By the way, I have a year as an IMO. They bought me a year. I have to come up with $500,000 a month. $500,000 a month. I got to come up with to hold my contract levels. You know how I do that? By trusting you to do the right thing. I'm trusting you with my time right here, right now, that I'm giving to you for free, no cost here. To do what I'm asking you to do. If you trust that I've made a lot of money in this industry, trust that I drive a Mercedes, I got 2 of them in fact, that I got a ton of money in the bank. If that's what you need to hear and you want to trust that, then trust that. But if you trust me as you just trust what I'm telling you, then trust that. I don't know what to tell you to trust, but trust me on this. This stuff's right. What I'm teaching you is right. It should be taught to every single agent across the board. You shouldn't even be allowed in the field unless you know what I'm telling you. And it's going to take time to get it all to you. Okay, this was one session. That's it. Into the future, when we get about 100 agents under our board, we're going to do a boot camp once a month. That'll be a longer session. We're going to have extras involved. Okay. Listen, guys, I got to take this. I had a great time with you guys today. I want you to please write out that essay for me. Write it out, keep track of your numbers, order your leads, trust the system, and do a 6-figure income working till Wednesday, Thursday. I'm telling you, that's how it'll end up, okay? Trust the system, talk to the carriers, study the product value. What's the value of the product to the beneficiary, the owner, and both all of them together, okay? Thank you all for being here. If you're new, please text me you're new and I need to talk to you again. I need to send over contracting, okay? Let's get you started. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.